Along with some giant novelty paper clips, I found some balls of this really cute yarn at one of my favourite shops in the city, called Tiger, Flying Tiger. Yeah, so it's 120 grams at 225 meters, so that was just enough, well, a little over enough to make this beanie that I made. So it's like a super slouchy, the most cozy beanie in the whole world type beanie thing. So yeah, I've made that and I really love it. It's really comfortable, it's really cozy. So yes, I thought perfect opportunity, perfect thing to make with this particular ball of yarn. You could probably make it with like just 100 grams. I've used probably a larger hook that needs to be used. So it's a lot chunkier than, I actually made this particular design a couple of years ago with probably with a smaller hook. But yes, it's still good. So it's a favourite of mine. I've slightly modified it this time, so I will link my inspiration for this in the description below. But I've modified it a little bit, just, you know, to make it suit me. And also because I wanted to get all the colours, because I found that if I just made it the way it was in the tutorial that I took the inspiration from, I only got to red and it missed out the orange, so I wanted to get the orange in there as well. Yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. Giant novelty paper clips. So fucking excellent. Yeah, okay. Well, let's just get right to it. Okay, so to begin this design, we're going to start by focusing the camera and making a slip knot. Now, adjusting the knot to the hook, we're going to chain 66. So 1, 2, 3. Right, here is my chain of 66. Now I'm going to work my way back to the beginning of that chain, making sure it's not twisted, and I'm going to slip stitch into the beginning of the chain. Now instead of going into either of these two top parts of the V, so the V of the stitch, I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to be working my stitches and my slip stitch into the bump on the back. So you can see there's a bump, that's the, well, they call it the third part of the stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let me try and adjust to make sure it's not blurry. Yeah, so I'm going to slip stitch into the first of those, so that one just there. And this can be a little tricky, it can be a little bit tight, but it's worth it because it makes it look neater, and you'll see what I mean once I have done the first round. So there we are, slip stitching into that first bump just there. Now I'm going to chain up 2, so 1 and 2, and from here we're going to put a double crochet into each stitch along. So for me, the back, you don't have to, like you can do the other part of the stitch if you want, like the other part of the chain, but for me, I find this looks neater, and it, you know, other people have said it looks neater, and you'll see what I mean by that soon. So into all 66, so okay, also we're treating the chain 2 as one of the stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and there'll be 66 around. And once you've done that, we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 2. I'll meet back up with you again when we reach the end anyway. Right, here I am at the end of that round, round 1. And I just wanted to show you, see, if you put the for the chain, or for the first round, if you put your stitches into the back part, the back bump of the chain, then the edging ends up looking braided, which looks really pretty, I think. Like it just looks neater. It just looks nicer. So it'll end up looking like that. Okay, so we've reached the end, and now we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. So just into the top of the chain 2 there, slip stitch, pull through. And there we've completed round 1. Now to start the next round, we're going to chain up 2, so 1, 2. And to do the ribbed effect for this design, it's not like I usually do, it's going to be front post, back post. So by that I mean we yarn over, and for the first double crochet, see there's the whole body of that double crochet, and we're going to call it a post, just for the benefit of what it's called. So you go in behind, under, and out through the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So it's a double crochet front post. And for the back post, it's yarn over, go in and push the hook in front of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's a back post. So let's do that again together. So yarn over, and a front post is in behind, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And for the back post, it's in through the back and in front of, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's front post, back post. And when you get to the end, the last stitch should be a front post, because this chain 2 will be acting as a back post. So one more time we'll go through. So front post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then the back post is yarn over and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so once we get to the end, I'll meet back up with you and we'll talk about where to go from there. Alright, here I am at the end of the round. So as you can see, the last stitch was a front post stitch, and now instead of slip stitching directly into the top of the chain 2, we're going to slip stitch through the whole, like the post, because we're treating it like a post. So usually what we do is we slip stitch into that V, but instead we're just going to go in through the entire space just there. So that space. Slip stitch through there, just like that, and then we chain up 2. And we're just going to be doing exactly the same thing that we did for the last round. And we're going to do this for 6 more rounds, so there'll be a total of 8 front post, back post rounds. So as we do it, just another front post on the front post, another back post on the back post. And this will get a lot easier the more you do it. It's really, really uncomplicated. And you'll start to see the lovely ribbed effect come together, and it looks really, really good. I really like this way of ribbing. Okay, so for a total of 8 rounds of front post, back post. And once we've done that, we'll meet back up again and I'll show you where to go from there. Alright, now that I've finished my rounds of front post, back post for the rib design, we're going to finish that now and move on to alternating rounds of straight double crochets followed by back post double crochets. So what I mean by that is we're going to, for the next round, chain up 2, and we're still counting the chain 2 as a stitch. So just put a double crochet into every stitch around for this round. Just double crochet for every stitch. Nothing fancy this round. Alright, here I am at the end of round 9. I'm going to slip stitch, remember, just through the entire space there of that chain 2, just like that. Alright, now for round 10, we're going to chain up 2 again, so 1, 2, and we're going to be putting double crochets in as back posts. So for every stitch along, we're just going to do back posts. Just remember that's yarn over, push the hook in front of the post of the stitch, out through the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's a back post double crochet for every stitch around. And then once you've done that, you will slip stitch into the chain 2 space. And then for the round after that, you'll be doing straight double crochets like you did for round 9. Then after that, back post double crochets, and you'll continue doing that until you've reached a total of, for this particular design that I've done, it's 22 rounds, including the ribbed rounds for the back post, front post. So, but that's just for me. And only because I want to make sure I get all the colours of the skein involved in the pattern. For the original one, for the one that I took inspiration from, it's actually 20 rounds. So, of course, you don't have to. If you want it less slouchy, you're more than welcome to do 20 rounds instead of 22. Yeah, okay. So once you've finished doing your 22 or 20 rounds, we'll meet back up and I'll show you where to go from there. Alright, now I've finished on my 22nd round, so it should be looking something like this. I'm going to start work on decreases. So to do that, we're going to chain up 2, and then we're going to be doing 2 double crochets together. So how we do that is yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, then insert hook into the next stitch along, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've done 2 double crochets together. Now into the next stitch we do 1 single double crochet, 1, followed by 2 double crochets together. So yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, and then into the next stitch, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, followed by a single double crochet into the next stitch. So it'll go in that pattern all the way around till you reach the end. Alright, so that was round 23 and a round of decreases. Now we do the same, we slip stitch into that chain 2 space, like that, like that. Now for round 24, we're going to once again chain up 2, so 1, 2, and it's just going to be a straight round of back post double crochets. So with those double decrease, with the 2 double crochets together, you'll be able to see that forms 1 post. So there's 1 double crochet, back post, and then where you double crochet 2 stitches together, that's 1 post as well, 1 back post. Ooh. Whoops, just like that. So double crochet back posts all the way around, and that will be round 24. Alright, here I am at the end of round 24, so I'm going to slip stitch into that chain 2 space. Now chain up 2, and we're going to do round 25 is going to be another decrease round. So for this one, it's yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, insert hook into next stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then the same. So there won't be any straight double crochets. It's going to be all double crochet, 2 double crochets together for this round. So pull up a loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2. So all 2 double crochet decrease. So that is Okay, so if you get to the end of the round and there's just a solitary stitch left, just put a double crochet in. Everything's going to be okay. And then slip stitch into that chain 2 space. And slip stitch. Alright, so chaining up 2, and for round, what are we up to, 26? It's just going to be back posts all the way around. So another straight round of back posts for round 26. Alright, here we are at the end of round 26, and we slip stitch into the chain 2 space. Now for the next round, once again we're going to be chaining up 2, and then stitching 2 double crochets together. So yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and once again we're going to be doing that across the entire round. So pulling up 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2 for the entire round. Alright, now here we are at the end of round 27. We slip stitch into that chain 2 space. Now once again, for our last back post round, we're going to chain 2 and be putting back posts into each stitch around. So it should actually be only 11 stitches, I think, for this round. Might be a little fiddly, but persevere and you'll make it. 2, 3, and 4. So unfortunately my phone died and erased the entire end that I filmed. But that's okay, so I've already snipped the end of the yarn, and unfortunately it's not as long. You should actually snip a much lengthier piece, just to make sure you can weave in the ends properly. Anyway, so we've just finished round 28, and that's the final round that we're going to be doing, and we slip stitch into that chain space of 2 chains. Then we bind off, pull that quite tight. Now what we do is we shove that end of the yarn through the centre just there, and we turn the hat inside out like this. So there we go. And what we're meant to do now, see there, you can see there's the other side. What we're meant to do now is thread the end of the yarn onto your darning needle. So thread that end just like that. And what you do is you just weave this yarn through each stitch around, so all those 11 stitches. So 1, I hope this makes sense. And last one, stitch just there, 11. Now what you do now is you pull that tight so that it closes the top of the hat like that. There you go, it's all closed. Now you just tie off the end of the yarn. For me, I'm going to do that as best I can because it's not very long anymore. Super frustrating. Never mind. So yeah, just bind off. For me. Yeah, bind it off. Alright, I managed to bind off. Okay, and then just weave in the end through some of the stitches of that circle that you tightened for the top. Through those stitches. Just weave it in. Try and get it as neat as you can. And if your your yarn will be lengthier than mine. If it is, once you've weaved it through a few stitches, go back and weave back through the stitches that you've just weaved through, just to make it more secure. But I'm not going to be able to do that. See, I'm just going to be able to do that much. There we go. So, all done. All done. Now, turn it back in through the other way, inside, well, the right side out. There is my completed hat. I think that's pretty nice. I love these colours. Okay, I'm going to go try this on. We'll go try it on. We'll see how it looks. Yeah. Okay, here we are, all finished. I really love these colours. This is, I think I like this one better than the other one. It's very, very cozy, very, very autumn. I love it. Which is perfect because I think this is the last day of September. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about October. I love October. Yeah, okay. So if you've watched all of this, thanks for watching. I hope you've made a really awesome cozy beanie. The coziest beanie ever in the whole world. And I hope you get a lot of use out of it this autumn and winter. And I hope you had a really cozy time. I'll see you again before that anyway. So yes, here are all the colours. If you can see that. The colours in this are excellent. Yeah, alright, I think I've said that. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this now. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd love for you to join me for more crochet good times. Like I always say, there's a lot more to come. There's always something new to crochet, in my opinion. It's always evolving, we're always growing as a crochet community. Okay, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. I don't know what I'll be making yet. Maybe a hooded sweater. I mean, you know, coming up to that time. Thanks for watching.